boxing video live stream. So what's next up? Well, according to Jose Suleiman, or Mauricio Suleiman, excuse me, the president of the WBC, he says that a unification between Robert Easter and Mikey Garcia is next up for both of these fighters. The WBC champion at lightweight and Mikey Garcia and the IBF champion Robert Easter. Now there was talks about this fight happening. Maybe they was talking about it from last year November. You know what I mean? And they apparently they both didn't feel that the purses were right. That they would have got paid the sufficient amount that they both wanted. So talks fell apart. You know what I mean? Campos Vasquez, what's happening, man? I see you in the chat. Yeah, man. So Mikey Garcia moved up to 140, fought the man Sergey Limpinets. He beat him. He did plan to at least he had agreed with the IBF that he would keep the belt, the IBF that he beat off Sergey Limpinets. But the man decided to probably vacate that belt, and he's going to campaign at lightweight. And the unification between him and Robert Easter is I like that fight. That's a good look. Both guys fight on the Showtime PBC side. It should have been an easy fight to make. Well, I'm not gonna cry over spilt milk because they both making it happen. Campos Vasquez, he says, "B Marsh, please don't be trolling. Finally, someone is unifying with E Bunny." Yeah, man. To be honest, Robert Easter, in my opinion, hasn't looked superb. Actually, in his title defenses, ever since he beat Richard Comey, a fight that I thought he lost by 1 point. The knockdown was a difference. He's fought guys like Denis Shafikov. That was a close fight. I had that fight a draw. What's the guy's name? Javier Fortuna. I think I had that fight a draw, or maybe Robert East. I can't even remember. I only seen it once. I remember I made a post-fight video about it. But, Robert East hasn't been looking that good, man. So he's prime for the picking right now for the man Mikey Garcia, you know what I mean? I expect Mikey Garcia to get through that fight. And I understand why Mikey Garcia decided to vacate that 140-pound title, you know what I mean? Move down back to 135. Lomachenko's just moving up. He's going to fight the man Linares. That was a fight that was ordered by the WBA. Linares versus, or was it the WBC? Linares versus Mikey Garcia, one of them sanctioning bodies. And, Mike Linares went ahead and he's about to fight the man Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Campos Vasquez in the chat says, everyone says E Bunny is the weakest at 135. Then why haven't any other champs fought him? Why didn't Loma cherry pick Easter if he's so easy? Yeah, that's going to be a difficult fight for the man Lomachenko, you know what I mean? Although the man Robert Easter gives up a lot of his height, you know what I mean? He fights the opponent, the level of his opponent, you know what I mean? And, well, I'm not even going to harp too much on that because, Mikey Garcia and Robert Easter were trying to unify from last year. You know what I'm saying? The negotiations broke down and they got it right this time, you know what I mean? So we don't know the date or the venue of this fight, but I'm just happy to know that the next fight between these two guys is going to be a unification. And it's going to be a fight. P Money, what's happening, man? I see you in the chat, man. What's good with you, son? Yeah, man. Just happy that Mikey Garcia is about to unify with the 135 division, I expect also Lomachenko to beat Linares, and he'll have that WBA belt. And there's a unification on that top rank side on ESPN with Raimundo Beltran. Ray Beltran. He got the WBO belt, although in a dubious decision. I thought the Paulos Moses guy beat him, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, he got that belt, so I expect Bob Arum to make that fight happen. As soon as the man Lomachenko gets that WBA strap, he's going to be trying to make that fight happen with Lomachenko. I'm with Raimundo Beltran. You know how Bob Arum do, like to keep it in-house. Let me see what they're saying in the chat. Campos Vasquez says, E-Bunny fights better against taller opponents. Look at his record. This is no easy fight. Definitely not. Definitely a tough fight for him. P-Money says, coolin' fam. Glad this fight is official. This is going to be a tough fight for both. Yeah. gonna be a tough fight for both, man. But I just think Mikey Garcia should prevail. I think his boxing skill set, and I think he got honest power. The man Mikey Garcia is like what, maybe like 37 and 0, 31 KOs. They got an impressive knockout record. You know what I mean? So I think he got honest power, 135. We seen what he did to fellas like Dejan Zlatikin. We seen him floor Limpinets, who's a big 140-pound fighter. You know what I mean? He put him in the canvas with that check left hook. You check it. So I think Mikey Garcia, man, he also got to be careful. Robert Easter can punch, but on the real, he's on some one-time shit. Like Keith Thurman, you know what I mean? The better his competition he's fighting when he stepped up. He ain't all his title defenses of his world title. He ain't have no knockout in them fights. All them fights gone the distance. Two of the three are controversial decisions. So it's good, man. I like the fact that they about to unify. You know me, man. I'm all about unifications. You know what I mean? I already set a criteria. Every champion should have a voluntary, a mandatory, and a unification. 3 fights a year, you know what I mean? Or 3 fights within at least 15 months, you know what I mean? You check it at most. You check it, if a fighter like, look at a guy like Jared Hurd, you know what I mean? A guy who just got into the division as being a champion at 154. Look what he's doing, man. In about a year's time, the man is a unified champ. Guy's been in that division, and I'm a fan of Lara. He's been in the division from a long time. But, I just put that more fellas like Jamal Charlo. He ain't want to fight the man Lara. Jamel Charlo, you know what I mean? None of those guys, although they were trained by Ronnie Shields, but nevertheless, nobody was really making moves in that division till Jared Hurd got on the scene. All right, let me see what they saying. Campos Vasquez says Beltran lost to Moses. Beltran is the weakest at 135. Yes, indeed, I agreed. P Money says Easter can't be sloppy in this fight. He has to be pumping that jab at all times to disrupt Mikey's rhythm, but I'm slightly leaning towards Mikey by decision. Moses did beat the hell out of Beltran. They gave Beltran the strap. Yeah, man. That was a ESPN top-ranked Barbarian thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I think Lomachenko, when he gets a WBA belt, that's a unification right there. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be I'm not saying gonna be an easy fight. There's political barriers as far as the networks that's, might start Lomachenko versus, the winner of Robert Easter and Mikey, you know what I mean? But if a fight gets made, you know what I'm saying? That's just one fight for undisputed. And that's what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Let me read the chat one time before I step up out of here. All right. Campos Vasquez says most of E Bunny's opponents had speed. Mikey is low but has great timing. I think he means slow. This is a good matchup. Beltran was always meant to be food for Loma. Old Bob loves in-house fights. Yes, indeed, man. That's what Barbarian likes, you know what I mean? Barbarian's the type of guy, man, his cards are kind of predictable, you know what I mean? The A side is meant to win, you know what I mean? That's why I like Showtime, Showtime's giving us difficult fights where the night of, you still, kind of undecided on who you think might win the fight, you know what I mean? Not to mention the Showtime side is giving us numerous unifications. I can't remember the last time I seen a unification fight on HBO. Maybe that Anthony Joshua versus Klitschko, but Showtime showed that first. So Showtime still beating him to the punch, you know what I mean? But anyways, B-Marsh Boxing about to cut this short. Thanks for everybody coming through. Campos Vasquez, P Money. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next vid. Peace.